Gadgets are cool. Well, generally anyway. There are a lot of gadgets out there. Most are not weird and work. Then you get weird gadgets that do not work, but there are a special class of gadgets that work, well, kind of. We sought them out and produced this video for you. This is the weirdest gadgets that actually work. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with the notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Nintendo ROB. Nintendo's strangest contraption was ROB, or Robotic Operating Buddy. ROB was a functional robot for the Nintendo Entertainment System pitched in 1985 as a Trojan horse toy to retailers spooked by the video gaming industry's nosedive in 1983. With 4 AAA batteries and NES gamepad input, ROB helped players solve game puzzles by seeing flashes from the TV screen and then moving its mechanized arms to restack or twirl tiny spindle-laden discs. Squat, idiosyncratic, and yanked from production after just 2 games, you can nonetheless spot ROB's DNA in everything from 1986 Johnny 5 Short Circuit to 2008's Wall-E due to the way this robot looked. The fact is, it actually worked but was not economically viable and could not replace a human being. Levi's Computer X Jacquard by Google Trucker Jacket. The concept of computerized clothing may sound like a gimmick from a science fiction film, but Google and Levi's are collaborating to make a denim jacket with serious intelligence. The outerwear is being aimed at the cycling market for cyclists that struggle with reaching for their phones while biking, not to mention the fact that it is dangerous and they could drop their phones. The jacket, which includes Google's Jacquard technology, includes a removable module attached to the sleeve that includes all of its electronic components. Wearers will be able to find directions and control music playback by tapping their sleeve. The concept could be integrated with the Internet of Things to even provide the user with more information when they need it. Now, I am looking forward to seeing cyclists wearing denim jackets with their sleek cycling outfits. Selfie toaster. We are not even kidding here. The most exciting thing to happen to toast since the Virgin Mary appeared on a grilled cheese sandwich in 2004, this novelty appliance can sear an impression of your face onto a slice of bread for a grand total of $75 plus the cost of the bread. Though it's called the selfie toaster, it's not a connected device. Instead, users have to slip in a custom laser-cut metal grilling plate, which is supplied by the manufacturer, with a burnt impression of your face into the appliance before pushing down the lever. Released at the height of the selfie in 2014, the selfie toaster is still available for sale in case you need it. Yeah, like I need to see my ugly mug on some bread. Smart belt. My belts are smart enough to hide from me, meaning I can never find them. Stealing the spotlight from more deserving devices, Belty, the self-adjusting smart belt, captured some of the world's attention during the opening night of the 2015 CES, the tech industry's annual showcase for new gear. Wirelessly connecting to a smartphone app that tracks things like waist size, Belty was designed to tighten up or expand on the fly, depending on how much food you can cram into your stomach. Belty's prototype was made of metal and plastic, giving it a flashy yet industrial feel. It turned heads but didn't sell, not to mention that the company revealed neither a price nor launch date at the time. More than a year and a half later, the company revealed a more conventional-looking leather model, but still no details on how to actually buy one. Mindwave EEG headset. Who needs a mouse and a keyboard when you can control computer software with your mind? That's the thinking behind NeuroSky's Mindwave Mobile EEG headset, a brainwave reading wearable headset that comes bundled with games and other apps designed to be controlled by a wearer's mental states. As an added bonus, the company also says that the headset can help you track your brain's performance. Other headsets, like the Emotive Epoch, have been used for similar purposes. Still, early reviews indicate we are a long way from true mind-powered computers. The thing is, the technology makes it possible. Think Vibe. Imagine wearing a tiny device that could make you feel energized or calm you down in a matter of minutes. That would be quite the fast seller. That's the promise behind Startup Think's $199 Vibe, which the company says can alter your mood by sending low-level electrical pulses to your brain by stimulating nerves on your head and neck. The wearer controls these pulses, which Think calls vibes, through an accompanying app. Think has marketed its product as an alternative to drugs, but some critics have said the device does not live up to expectations. It may not live up to expectations, but since your brain works with electrical waves, the concept is totally plausible. Bone phone. The bone phone, despite its name, wasn't a phone at all. Rather, it was a radio speaker meant to be worn around the neck like a scarf. The idea was to get sound to resonate through the wearer's bones, simulating the feeling of listening to a high-end audio system while on the go. The $69.95 gadget, released in 1979, was marketed to joggers as a less bulky alternative to headphones. JS&A, the company behind the bone phone, claimed to have sold 10,000 units by 1981, at least according to an ad found in an issue of Popular Science from that year. The concept is possible. Bone does conduct sound waves. Sony Rolley. In the wake of iPod's success, Sony, purveyor of the Walkman, was keen to make a big mark on digital music at the time, and it did so with Sony Rolley. Only it was a loud, unpopular idea. A football-shaped 2-gigabyte music player that fit in the palm of your hand and pumped out music while gyrating to the beat. Rolley cost $399 at launch and did not even have a headphone jack. Just by pressing play or by streaming to it via Bluetooth, the device spun about in all directions, shimmying and shaking with flashing about 700 colors at strobe-like tempo. Romantic songs might have it swaying to a slow beat, while boisterous club hits would make it jump, jive, and flail. Just a year after its launch, reports surfaced but were debunked by Sony that the Rolley had been discontinued. You can still buy them, regrettably, mostly on eBay as collector's items. It was like having a disco in your hands. I can see this working just fine for those under the influence of, fun? Google Glass. The good idea marketed to the wrong crowd. The idea was that one would wear the spectacle-like interface on one's face and go about his business. Not only was the idea not popular, but people felt uneasy that someone else may be watching them through the device. Google Glass was so weird that it invited contempt for bans on and even episodes of violence against so-called glass holes. Glass and devices like it are now making a comeback in the industrial and medical worlds, where they were probably best suited all along. The device may be weird, but it works. It just did not suit the average person to look like a cyborg. Yoda phone. Yoda devices were hoping the hours we spend staring at our smartphone screens would prompt tech addicts to opt for a handset with 2 screens instead of 1. The company's Yoda phone is an Android-based phone with an HD color touchscreen on one side and an e-paper display on the other. The company pitches the latter, commonly found on e-readers such as the Amazon Kindle, as being ideal for reading in the sun and preserving battery life. The concept works, but it is a weird gadget. I would not buy it. Solo Wheel. Do you walk too much during the day? Then devices like the battery-powered Solo Wheel are for you. Just stand on this people mover and let it whisk you away. It looks like a distant cousin of the hoverboard, though at least a little cooler. Still, this may be fine for teens and even college kids, but no self-respecting professional should be seen showing up to the office on one, unless you think you are super cool. The device works. It's just that people would not want to be seen riding it. Maybe it reminds us too much of the circus clown on a unicycle. Mood Metric. While mood rings have existed for years, Mood Metric hopes to do more than simply indicate how you are feeling. It wants to help you manage those emotions too. Mood Metric measures nervous system signals to provide insight into the wearer's mental state. The ring connects to a smartphone app, which the company claims can display how intense a person's emotions are in real time. What is not so clear, however, is why anybody would need a gadget to tell them what mood they're in. I am feeling angry. Let me check to see how I feel. Actually, it could work as an indicator to other people. If they know what mood you are in, others may know how to and when they can approach you and when to simply leave you alone. This is especially handy for people who are unable to read other people's moods. Calculator watch. Is there any single gadget more closely associated with being a nerd than the calculator watch? Wearing one of these meant signaling to the world I often need to do lightning-fast calculations on my wrist, and I don't care who sees me. It was, in a way, a precursor to today's smartwatches. Of course, as with so many other gadgets and devices, smartphones sent these the way of the dodo. Just slightly cooler was their distant cousin, the TV remote control watch, which you could at least use to get the ball game on at the bar. Basically, with the TV remote watch, you could see a screen smaller than the actual one against the wall. So, these gadgets are all weird, or kind of weird, but worked. We are interested to see what the next working weird gadget is. We have to say goodbye for now. We hope to see you back for our next video soon. Take care and stay safe.